Hey guys, time for a Swap It Bop It Mystery Box Challenge with all of these beautiful ladies and our main host, Miss Clari from Clari's Creations Part 2. Let's jump in. Guys, it's Sabrina. Welcome to the Swap It Bop It Mystery Box Challenge, the Swap Bop Mystery Box, as I like to call it. Pardon if you see me sink because my chair is broke and it keeps sinking. I hope you can hear me well enough because the microphone's a little far away from me. And pardon any shaking or destroying or loud noises because I've got a new baby. Yeah, like I needed any more furry babies, but yeah, got a new baby. And Moose, I'm sure, will appear at some point. But he now has a little friend to play with. He's got a little sister. So I'm sure she'll climb on the screen here in a minute. Anyway, swap it, bop it, April showers bring my flowers. This is hosted by our beautiful friend Clari. She gets us all started. There's quite a few of us here. We keep growing every time. I don't know the whole entire order, but I do know Clari sent me much, and I sent my package to Joanna. So after you watch me, go check out my BFF Joanna and then keep the list a rolling and check out that whole playlist in my description box along with everybody's channels that are here doing this Swap Bop Mystery Box Challenge. So our little thing this time was April showers bring my flowers. So just like the previous times, we had to send 5 items, okay? So the first item was some spring or summer flowers or greenery, or we could send a little bit of both. The second thing was a garden tool of any type, and it could be a toy, a little bit smaller, because, postage is kind of like, yeet. Number 3, we had to send some, and I'm reading off my phone, sorry, because this brain ain't remembering nothing. I got 5 days of school left. Teacher tired. You ready? Summer, here we go. Anyway, number 3, we had to send some kind of yarn, twine, or macrame thread. And then number 4, we had to send a water bottle of some sort. And now my phone is being dumb and just, oh my gosh, there we go. Okay. So number 4 was one of the 2 challenge items, which was a water bottle. Could be used, small, big, little, trash, whatever. And then number 5, challenge item number 2, was crafter's choice. So whatever Clari wanted to surprise me with. So let's get this open, and then I'm going to think on it for like one day because Miss Procrastination here. Like I said, 5 more days of school, and I'll be done. All right, let's see what Miss Clari sent me in my bag right about now. So here we go. All right, and I'm just going to show you the stuff for sure. If my video doesn't run too long over, I can show you some of the extras if she sent me extras. We also made sure that we labeled everything this time. Item 2, 4, 5, 3, all that beautiful stuff. Look at the beautiful card she sent me. It's got my name on it. I'll have to keep that forever. Okay, so here we go. Here's obviously number 1 because it's the flowers and the greenery. So item number 1, she even made us these cute little tags that we could send to everybody. So for item number 1, I've got some beautiful fern greeneries here and some other pretty, some cosmos. And ooh, that's pretty. I actually have some of these. I could put more in there. Some pretty purples. And Moose is in agreement because guess who's chewing on the florals right now? Yep. If I keep looking away, it's because my laptop is over there and I am right here and I can't multitask. Oh, look at these. These are pretty. Some foliage, but they got some pretty purples and pinks in them. So there is my pretty florals and approved by Moose. I know you can't see him, but he's there. Okay. So there's my florals to play with. Let me look for item number 2. Item number 2. Where are you, item number 2? I'm trying to find item number 2. Here we go. Item number 2 was a tool of some kind, and I know exactly what this is because this is the same thing I sent Joanna. But I was mean, and I only sent Joanna one of these. Oh, I shouldn't tell you, but Clari sent me all 3. Thank you, Clari. These come from Dollar Tree, y'all, and it's $3. It is in the plus section. But hey, that only made it like $1 a piece, and this is like real wood and real metal and woo. So I'm sorry, Joanna, I could have sent you more. All right. So item number three. Item number three was the twine or yarn, macrame, whatever you wanted to bring. Ooh, she gave me a variety. Look, I got some blue and some white thick thread. Look at that. Twine, whatever you want to call it. Ooh, I love that. It's kind of ropey. I like that. I like that thick, but you can also kind of take it apart if you wanted to, and I can make smaller threads. Item number four was the water bottle challenge item. And there we go. Oh, look, you shop where I shop, Clari. Wally World Great Value Water Bottle. This is what I'm going to have trouble with. Thinking about what to do with this water bottle right here. And then item number five was Crafter's Choice. So this is the most exciting one that nobody knows what anybody sent anybody. Oh, I got a plastic bag. No, just kidding, Clari. I have, aw, it's a little, aw, it's a little, look, it's a birdie. Isn't it cute? It's a birdie. And I think it's resin. Clari, did you make this? Because I think you've been playing with resin lately, huh, sis? I'm sorry. I'm so behind, guys, because I just, whoo, end of year for a teacher. Crazy. I know I keep making excuses. So I got a little birdie. It's so cute. And I can paint it and whatever. So one more time to wrap it up. We had some florals and some greeneries, really pretty colors, Moose approved. And then we had our garden tool, but I got a whole set. We've got our twine and our rope. We have our water bottle challenge and Crafter's Choice challenge. This cute little birdie. I love it. Look, I don't even know where I'm going. There we go. There we go. Look, see, there's the moose. Moose approved. Clari sent me a bunch more little goodies, but we were told to be good and only show you what we got. If I have some time at the end when I'm finished, I can show you the other loop. So let me think about it for a day because that's about all the time I have. And but you'll just have a couple seconds to see what I can do with these 5 mystery box challenge items. You guys don't forget, when you're done with me, head to Joanna's channel. Playlist link is in my description box and as first pinned comment. I also am linking everybody's channels that is participating in this mystery box swap it bop it that we mail to each other. So let's get ready for some fun, guys. Here we go. And in the meantime, of course, Moose is going to see what Clari got for me. Isn't he the sweetest? What's going on in there, Moose? Yeah, you know, Mr. Nosy Man there. There's the man of the hour. There he is. Okay, check you later, guys. Whoop, whoop.
Okay, guys, this video is going to be a little bit different. Clary, I apologize in advance. Everybody, I apologize in advance. You saw my opening. I was gung ho, ready to go, and yeah, okay. Migraine has arrived, and yeah, and we still got 3 more days of school. Everybody is already out and graduated, and tired, teacher tired, and it's finally caught up with me. So you will not see final projects. What? Yeah, I don't even know. But I'll show you what I was gonna do with everything, and hopefully it gives you some ideas of what you would like to do. So, one of the 5 things we had to do is something with some little tools. And Clary sent me this wonderful, cute kids toolkit. They are at Dollar Tree because you'll see here in just a little bit. I sent Joanna the same thing, but I was stingy and I only sent her one. If I knew I was going to get this from Clary, I would have went ahead and sent her the package too. Anywho, you could take any 3 you want. I like things in threes, so I was going to take all 3, but you could just take 1, 2, whatever. Okay. And those just came out very easily. The ends are an actual like wood, so or well, maybe not actual wood, Dollar Tree wood. If you wanted to paint these, if you wanted to, you know me, add some antique wax. I wanted to get rid of this color part of it. And what I wanted to do was kind of sand it. And if my voice goes in and out, I've got my mic set up and I probably keep moving away from it. But what you can do is like you could scuff up the paint a little bit, put some primer on it, and then what you could do is I wanted to paint them that galvanized look, which are like your blacks, your grays, your silvers, and you just keep dabbing it on with like little makeup brush sponges with those several colors. I think what I usually do is once you get it all sanded and primed, I start with the black and I paint everything. I no, I don't. I don't do that. Hang on. After I get it all sanded down, I take the spongers and you kind of just boop, 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 boop with the black. And then you take your grays and you boop, 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 boop with the grays. Then you can take your silvers and boop, 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 boop with your silvers. And then you can go back to your black and do it more with the black and do it more with the gray and do it more with the silvers. And you just kind of keep going back and forth. And you could also add a little bit of brown in there and you kind of go around the edges for the brown to make it look kind of rusty crusty, but that'll give you that galvanized look. I'm sure if you searched on YouTube, you would find some amazing crafter creators that can do the galvanized look much better than I could have done anyway, so you're not missing out on anything. What I was going to do next, I found this really cool thing on Pinterest. See, I was prepared, guys. I really wanted to do this, but oh, I'm barely making it through this. Okay, get the drill with no drill bit, right? You could drill a hole in the very end, and that way you got something to hang them from. Because that was my goal. I wanted to hang these on the wall. Okay, so I was going to drill a hole in the end of each of these, and they were going to kind of hang on the wall, kind of like kind of like this. Is how I was going to do it. Now you can do it any way you want to do it. You could do it like that. You could have them all three in a row, however you want to do it. But I'm pretty sure that this is pretty easy to drill a hole through. And then you can use some jute or some twine to hang them up with. Okay. Now, so that gives you the rundown of what I wanted to do to those. Now, I was going to add to that. I've got some those little pea pot things. I believe I did get this at Dollar Tree. It is a pack of 12, so I didn't think that was too bad. And I'm going to put one on each one of these right about down here. It was kind of going to go kind of like right there in the middle. Now, what you can do is you could poke a hole in the back side and take a zip tie and pull it through, and then you can zip tie it around the back. Okay, hold on. Let me show you. Let me get a zip tie. Okay, here we go. So, what you could do is you could like take your little everything that we use as a pin, right? And it's very easy to poke like a hole right through these. Look, see there? Boop, done. And then you could take your zip tie just to stick with the skinny end, run it through there. You can come in and run it through the backside like this. Ba-da-da. And then you can take it and you can zip tie it around the back like that. I don't want to officially do that yet because I do want to make this project. I really do. Um, I just can't right now. I'm so bad. Or you could just use some wire, whatever you got laying around, okay? Or if you want, you could just try to hot glue that sucker on. But I'm sure to the metal, it probably won't work very well. So there you go. There's what I was going to do with that. And then now, so I've got that, right? So Clary, we also had to use some rope or twine. And Clary sent me this white. She also sent me some very pretty blue, as y'all saw in the beginning. I wanted to do some patriotic things for Memorial Day, but my brain was kind of stuck on that too. My brain's just stuck in a rut and it's trying to wheel itself out and it can't. I'm going to kind of just start this off in a little circle, kind of like that. I don't know if you can see there, just like that. And start gluing this on the bottom, right? I mean, you get the gist of kind of what's happening. And then what I would do is once it got the bottom covered, I was then going to come up and around and you just keep gluing without the zip tie in there. You can do this part and then you can go back and put the zip tie. You can kind of weasel it in. Use some hot glue, guys. And as you're wheeling this around, hot glue your rope to it. And I was just going to put the rope around the peat pot. Look, this is terrible looking. Look, so this was the idea to make it look all pretty. Yeah, that's what my intentions were. I promise. I promise, guys. I really promise. I really promise. That's Joanna. I really promise. So there's what that way they would look cuter. And then even once you get that glued on, you could still see your holes. I lie. You could still see your holes on the inside and probably and feed your zip tie back through it. Or if you wanted to keep that in there while you were wrapping this around, it would stay. It'd be fine. You'd be good. So then that would then apply to that, right? Okay. And then since now these are all nice and pretty, since it was nice and pretty, and I was gonna galvanize my shovels. I was then going to take some antique wax or some burnt umber or something, and I was going to grunge this up so it looked kind of dirty. And then Clary also sent me as one of the free prizes. We sent each other lots of extra loot. I was going to take a foam ball, stick it in there, just like that. Just one though. Stick it in. And then I was going to use some of her pretty greeneries and florals that she sent me. I especially like the greeneries. Oh, these are cute. I didn't even see those a little while ago. But I was going to, of course, we were going to like shorten these down. I don't want to cut them right now. But cut these down and stick them in there. Some of this fern, I love this fern stuff. I've still got me some of this. And then some of this is in there as well. And just put some of that in the little pots, like little flowers. So you kind of get the gist of what was going to happen here. Okay. So pot wrapped, pot grunged, shovel galvanized. That's antiqued, zip tie that on, wrap with that, and then fill it full of florals, kind of stick it out the top. I wouldn't make them too tall because I'd still want to see my handle in the back. So I would make sure that my flowers were pretty short that I stick in because I want to make sure that I see the handle of the shovel there. So that was the intentions on that. And so I was going to do that to like the outside too. And on the middle one, is where I was going to. She sent me this was one of the Crafter's Choice Challenge items. This was the fifth item. And so we've got the first item was the greenery and flowers are going to go in the pot. The second item were the tools. The third item was the twine. So we got that used. So we got the florals, the tools, the twine. I'm not using the fourth one yet. The fourth one was the water bottle. Okay. But the fifth one was Crafter's Choice. She sent me this cute little resin birdie. I was going to get him all painted up, all cute to look like a robin. You know, he's got the orange chest and he's got the brown wings. And he was going to sit. Now, for this one, I'm talking too loud for myself. I was just going to kind of sit on the top of that, like that, since it's shorter. And once I've got some moss, also you could put some moss and stuff that would cover up the styrofoam ball, all that good stuff. He was going to sit on top around some other flowers. So I'd have my two shovels that would have the flowers, and this guy would have my little painted birdie in it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what the plan was. I really promise. Clary, I promise, sister, I promise. I'm so mad at myself right now. Okay, now I found for the challenge prod. Oh, stop. Think. Okay, for the challenge item number 4, water bottles. Now I got me quite a few water bottles. This is the one Clary sent me. Let me right quick go get the other water bottles that I planned on. Okay, so here was Clary's bottle. Look, Clary and I have good taste. So I went ahead and I saved me 2 more of mine. And then I also buy big bottles because I give my cats the drinking water too, because we're not drinking this water out the tap around here. When I drive past the water plant down the road and it smells funny and it always stinky, I'm not giving anybody anywhere to water out the tap. So for me, I buy my little bottles, and for my kitties, they get the big bottle. So I got the big bottle, and then I had a 7-Up bottle for green, right? So I saw, this is not my idea at all. I saw this on Pinterest. Okay. So what you do is, I'm just giving this a quick, like, now the cats are howling at the door because I shut them all out. I'm just giving this a quick, I want to show you. So I'm just literally gonna, this is not how you cut the water bottle, guys. Use a razor blade so you get nice, neat cut. Okay. Okay. Yeah. See, I'm trying to, these are old scissors too. Don't worry. Look, that just went fine. Okay. See, what you do is you kind of get yourself like a base right here, like this, right? And you find you some little templates. And then you can also kind of use, thing with these water bottles is there wasn't a lot of flat. That's why I wanted to use the big one, because there was some flat. Because these all have like a bunch of ridges in them. Anyway, and what you do is you kind of cut out the look of a petal. So, and your petals can look any way you want. I saw somebody kind of cut out, and you trace yourself a pattern. You just don't go by eyeball like I'm trying to do here. So some people cut out kind of like, I don't know if you could see that very well, but kind of cut out, no, you can't see that very well, a teardrop kind of pattern. You still can't see that very well because it's clear. But anyway, it's a teardrop kind of pattern. Okay. So it's kind of rounded, and then it's got a flat bottom on it. Right. So it kind of looks like a teardrop. And then what they did is they held on to the end that's flat all the way across, taking fire. You know, this is why I love this. And they just took it and they just whoop real quick. And what it's doing, whoop, is it's kind of curling. Whoop, whoop. It's kind of, see how it's kind of, well, I don't know if you can see. It's kind of hard to see. See how it's kind of curling that in like that? And the longer you hold the heat, the more it's gonna curl. This isn't working as good as they showed it. Man. But anyway, so now see how it's got kind of like a little curl to it? And what this did is they made a bunch of petals with it. And like another one they did is like you can make it like wavy. And you can kind of like, instead of just up and down, you can make it go kind of wavy. And of course, you can make them bigger too. See this one, I kind of went right? And then you just hang on to the flat part at the bottom, and you can just run the heat over it. They actually, yeah, they use this. It's like if you had like a bigger flame. Oh, see that one like curled up good. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that? That one curled up good. That's what they were doing. So they're hitting it from the bottom. Be careful, don't burn yourself. So yeah, so see, look at that. Cool. It like makes like petals. See? And I know it's kind of hard to see. Maybe if I quit moving, it'll focus. See? Isn't that cool? So once you get everything done, so let me put some more like on the bottom of this. Yeah, see? It kind of like, it melts it, but once it cools off, it hardens back. It's fun. And then what they did was is they took it and they made petals out of them like that. See? They're petals, and you put them all together and it made a flower. And I thought that was the coolest thing. So why the green bottle? Leaves. They just cut out a leaf and they just barely touch the ends with the lighter, like you saw I was first doing with one of the clear ones. Breathe. Okay. And so that it just kind of curled up just a tiny bit. Now, with the clear ones, you really want to curl those because they're looking like flower petals, right? And then they just kind of bunched them all together, hot glued them on like a stick of wood, like a stem, like a skewer stick or something, whatever you got. Or they make like actual square floral sticks. I don't have any of those, but they were using those because those are already green. Or you can take like the skewers at Dollar Tree or whatever and paint them green. And they would take these, and also Like if you had an Aquafina bottle, Aquafina water bottles are blue. So then it was a pretty blue flower that they were coming up with. But it was translucent, it was clear, but yet blue. You could see through it. Oh, they look like glass. It looked like glass flowers, is what it looked like. And you just keep gluing the petals on top of each other. First, you glue your first set around the stick. Like, say, if this were my stick, right? Yeah. You would glue them around the stick, right? And of course, there was a lot of clamping and holding. It's a lengthy process. And then, yeah, and they just kept gluing them around, around, and around. And then once they got their first set on, then they glued the next set around, then a third set. And they made them, they kind of started like, these were the inside little ones. And then they started going out bigger and bigger and bigger. Another thing that they did that I thought was really cool. So, like, here's the bottom right here. I kind of probably have cut too much of it off, but they took it and they just kind of cut like little strips, just slid it all the way around. Better than I'm doing. Yeah, you take your time, okay? And I thought, well, this would be cool. It's almost, Memorial Day and 4th of July. This looked like little fireworks to me. And I thought it was pretty cool. Like little fireworks exploding. Anyway, you get the gist. So we've kind of like, see, we've kind of, yeah, see, made a bunch of little fingers. I don't know if you can see that. And then you just can kind of go through and whip them like that. And see, and that could make doing it this way. See how well, you can't see nothing. See how let me be still. See how the ends curled right there? You could take that, and that could be the middle part of the flower. All the little stamens where the pollen is. Teacher coming in there. But that's your little stamens, all the little curled pieces. So they just took like a piece of that and did that to the strips, put that in the center, kind of on top, and then they put their leaves or the petals around the outside that they did. And then, like I said, with the green, they just cut a leaf shape, barely touched the edges, and then they just glued those onto the sides. God, I'm telling you, it looked like glass flowers. But guys, make sure you check out Clari, who is before me, and then make sure you go check out Joanna, who's after me, and then all the other beautiful ladies who fall in. All their channel links will be in the description box and first pinned comment. Go check all those ladies out. Do all the YouTubey thingies for them. Like, subscribe, comment. Give them a hypey hype hype hype. They truly deserve it. Again, I apologize, guys. I apologize, Clari. Thank you, Clari, for having me along on this ride. It's so much fun, and I wish I could have got it all together. I'm so sorry. But anyway, guys, check out those links. Check out the playlist link. It will put us all in order. Check out everybody's channel links. Go watch more of their videos. It's amazing. We got a rainy weekend all weekend here. So if you ain't got nothing else to do on your Memorial Day weekend, go watch all those ladies' channels and all the amazing things they've done. Up next is my BFF Joanna. I love you, girl. I love you, Clari. Thank you all for everything you've done. And here we go on to the next. Thank you, guys. Love you. Bye.